Hey YouTube, High Country Cowpunk, Jeff. Thought I'd do another installment of Hair of the Dog. It's been following since my thyroid surgery. I've been making a series of videos. I showed myself when I was exposed to radioactive iodine 131, how radioactive I was. It never ends. This is going to be something I've got to go through for the rest of my life. All right, so I'm still cancer-free as far as I know. Last test I had was last July. I had what came up at the doctor's office as a myocardial infarction on an EKG, so I got a ride down the hill. We live up in the mountains. It's quite a ways to the hospital. They trucked me down the hill, left me in the hospital for 3 days, and basically came up with nothing. Although I do have some kind of arrhythmia. It's not, doctors haven't said this or anything, but I've been exposed to so much damn radiation recently. I have a feeling the radiation may have actually hurt my heart. It's entirely possible, or it could just be, some other things, which be another video later. We'll do a little thing about addiction and how much fun it can be. But anyway, it's Hair of the Dog. So, okay, here's where we're at. I have to go later on next month, actually first part of next month. I have to go to Ann Schultz Center in Denver, a wonderful cancer center, great doctors. And I have to get Thyrogen shots after starving myself of iodine. So, no processed foods, no bread, no cheese, no dairy. It sucks, but I'm breathing, so it doesn't suck that much. So I have to go down, I have to go on the diet at the end of July. Then we have to go down for Denver. We actually end up staying in Denver for 4 days straight. The drive back and forth is just a nightmare. So. It's not worth driving back and forth. We get a reduced rate at the hotel, so we can actually stay at a hotel, which is nice. Yeah, it's 5 minutes from the medical center, which is very nice. It's an amazing center. If you know anybody that's dealing with any kind of cancer, Ann Schultz Medical Center or Ann Schultz Cancer Center in Denver, they're fantastic. I literally have my results on my cell phone from all the tests I've had done when I hit the parking lot leaving the building. Even CAT scans, blood tests, MRIs, whatever they've done. I literally get the results real time, on the cell phone app. It's pretty cool. But anyway, so I go and there's 2 ways they can do it to you. And I'm sharing this with you because sooner or later you're going to know somebody or you're going to be going through something very similar. Thyroid cancer rates are off the charts, and it's not getting any better. If you have to have cancer, it's the one you want to have because they can cure it with a pill. However, that pill is a large dose of radiation, usually iodine 131. Okay, so the old way was they would starve your body of iodine naturally and not let you take your thyroid hormone replacements. Now, my thyroid has been removed. I don't know if the scar will show up here or not, but it goes from about there to about over there. My thyroid has been completely removed, so I have to take hormones to make me a halfway normal human. I still feel like crap all the time, but it's just the way it is. They're keeping my pineal gland suppressed so that it doesn't produce any thyroid cells, because if any thyroid cells show up in my body, they could likely be cancerous. So it's basically they keep me on a low burn. Okay, I get to keep taking the medication now because of a new drug that they're using on me. It's Thyrogen. So I go in for 2 shots, and then I get juiced with the iodine 123 tracers, and then it'll be a whole body PET scan. So you lay on a table. There's a giant screen on the other side of the room. They lay cobalt, radioactive cobalt, and I didn't get the isotope last time I was there. I will get it this time. But they lay a cobalt comparator on your chest to excite the radioactive 123 iodine 123 in your bloodstream, so that if it does get uptaken, which it would, only iodine thyroid cells only uptake iodine. So if any thyroid cells are there, they'll uptake the iodine, and we go from there. It makes me pretty sick. Part of it's just the mental part of it. The diet is really brutal, and the 2 days of the shots are. I don't know, your brain won't work. It's odd stuff, but it's better than the alternative. Last time I had to starve myself for 30 days of iodine, and no thyroid hormone replacements. It was horrible. Right? It was not a fun month at all. But I'm here, it worked, so far so good. The reason I'm going in for a full scan and all that is because of the heart problem. This stuff can present itself anywhere in my body. It's just something I've got to live with and I've got to deal with. So I'll do another video along these lines too. But just remember, you know, they literally told me where I got this is from some sort of nuclear accident or testing. Okay, this is how we get this stuff, and there's a lot of this stuff around right now, a lot of it. Okay, and Fukushima is still going on. It takes a long time for this stuff to grow. I have papillary thyroid cancer. It takes a long time to grow. Okay, so if you catch it early, you're better off. Mine probably was there for at least 15 years or maybe even longer. One doctor said either Chernobyl or 3 Mile Island, because I did live in Syracuse, New York when 3 Mile Island went off. But I also lived and kicked around eastern Nevada and western Utah an awful lot too, and that's just downwind from the test sites. So, and who knows, I could have gotten it from there too. It doesn't matter where I got it, but I got it, and a lot of people are going to get it. A lot of people. Hopefully you'll get papillary. It's the easiest one. Anaplastic and medullary are the other types. They are horrible. Okay, with mine they slit my throat. They scraped out all the lymph nodes. I had 2 tumors that were golf ball size or so, and a couple of smaller ones. There's possibly there was one in my chest, but they think the iodine killed that. It kills it effectively. Anyway, but that's enough about that. A couple other things. Just doing weekly radiation checks here in Florissant, Colorado. We're like 1 mile north of the Florissant Fossil Beds National Monument. Average this week over 7 days has been right at 30 counts a minute. That's pretty much average for up here. I don't see much fluctuation in that. I think the high was 45 counts a minute. That's not that bad. And 0.18 microsieverts. So it's just background stuff. There's nothing really, you know, affecting it right now. I wanted to do one other thing with it when I do these videos. I wanted to share, do like a rock of the video. Not really, I'm not doing daily videos, but I wanted to share something with you. Some friends of mine are some fairly intrepid explorers. They went into one of the old mine stopes in the Cripple Creek Victor Mining District. We're not going to reveal the name of the place because there's been some high grading in there, and we know who's doing the high grading, but we don't want others to know the exact location of this. It's a new adit in a very old tunnel. Okay, some people went in. They found a small outcropping or a small place in the wall where there were some quartz crystals. They started following the quartz crystals in, and it opened up into a very large vug full of stalactitic minerals. It's actually chalcedony on lamentite. Lamentite is a zeolite mineral. It like in the old mines in Cripple Creek, the stuff precipitates out of the wall like hair. It literally looks like fur on the side of the walls. Problem is you can't really collect it because it just disintegrates. It falls apart. If it gets moisture near it, it literally just goes away. What these gentlemen ran into is just fantastic, and I'll show you the piece. Originally we weren't exactly sure what we were dealing with, so they had samples sent off to the Colorado School of Mines. What we're looking at is quartz on lamentite. Now, lamentites are these white, very long white crystals. However, the water's been running over them and depositing, and they're really coarse. They're quartz crystals. They're the varieties chalcedony. They're very coarse crystals. But since the quartz is so competent and so firm, the lamentites are actually still within the crystals. So they're very stable specimens. This stuff is really unusual. There's a really good grouping in the bottom. They almost look like nebulas. So the lamentites grow off of the walls in these long pencil-shaped, there's a good one right there, these long pencil-shaped white crystals. And then the water precipitating through the rock is carrying the quartz, and there's a little bit of a purple color to it. There's fluorite also in the mix, okay? So the fluorite's coloring it purple. But because the chalcedony is so hard, it's literally keeping the lamentites competent. These are really, really rare. This is actually one of the smaller pieces that's been pulled out. I think the largest one we have right now is about, oh, well, 1.5 feet wide. There is, I know, about a 2 foot stalactite still of this stuff still inside the hole. It's just wonderful material. And it kind of looks like a nebula. It's really cool. So I can get in closer, you can see the inside crystals. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. And there's been some of these have been sold on the internet. They were sold by the high grader for ridiculous prices. You know, good for you, you made some money. However, the pieces we're pulling out, some of them are museum quality, and they're just fantastic. And my business, Second Nature Colorado, we're the only ones that have the permission to actually sell these pieces. It's really unusual. I have high hopes for this stuff. I can get close enough, you can see how coarse the chalcedony crystals are on here. Just beautiful material. Anyway, so I bored you for about 11 minutes. Sorry if I went on too long. We'll do some more Hair of the Dog and an update on Fukushima really soon. There's some facts that I just recently heard I haven't vetted, so I need to look them up. But it ain't good, period. It ain't good. So everybody be safe, have a nice night, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.